Hi there. Before this presentation starts, I'd like to say that I had a really tough time filming this video, and I couldn't even record my voice alone without something going wrong. I am so very sorry that this is so late. This is not my voice, and this is a cartoon and not my real self on the screen you're watching. Hey. How are you doing? I'm trying my hand at a different kind of presentation. I can't really say too much on this topic that's fact-based that wasn't said by the last presentation group. We experience discrimination. We're scared, now more than ever. Our history in Canada was covered pretty well by them. What I can do, however, that's not just basically copying them, is share some personal experiences, and maybe fill in a few gaps. So that's what I'm gonna do. Queerness has existed since the dawn of time. When you really look at human history, there's no real standard sexuality. Even looking at other species, sexuality and gender are way more complicated than boy and girl born like that. They have sex, make baby. Baby boy or girl. Rep it. Lots of clownfish are transgender. A huge amount of mollusk, bug, and fungi species are hermaphroditic. I've seen more gay cats than I can count. Humans are the most pressing to this subject, though. Archaeological records show more queer people in history than you'd think. There were several important transgender and gay individuals in the Egyptian and Roman empires. Much of ancient Rome and Greece encouraged bisexuality in men, however, this changed towards the fall when it was seen as more shameful, especially to be in a position of submission. Sappho and her friends on the island of Lesbos come to mind. A lot of our modern healthcare was developed by transgender people. Did you know that the first person to complete a heart transplant was a trans man? I find that fact really interesting and really important. Alan Turing, responsible for the invention of the computer and potentially saving the Allies during World War II, was gay, and later chemically castrated for it. This hardly even scratches the surface of how many important queer individuals there are in history, and for time's sake, I can't ramble on about it like I usually do, much to the intrigue and dismay of my anthropology professor. I'm queer. I guess I fall under the bisexual/non-binary umbrella, but I generally just prefer to say that I'm queer, and that's the end of it. Even though I am part of those identities, I'm privileged. I present as feminine and that's my sex at birth, so I'm under way less stigma and pressure from our cisgender, heteronormative society. My fiancé is a man, but he's queer too. We're also both white. We're pretty well hidden in plain sight, but that doesn't mean we don't experience problems with discrimination. Nobody takes us seriously. So many times, I've been outright told I'm not a queer person because of my man and my presentation. I've been told this by straight people, but I've mostly heard it from my own community. The one that's supposed to love me and accept me as I am, the one who's supposed to support me and my struggles, because we're all going through the same crap. It makes me feel so awful. This definitely contributes to my self-esteem and learning ability, and so I can only really imagine how much worse others have it. I don't think my parents really remember that I came out to them. It doesn't feel the best, but I'm really lucky they're not outright homophobic. I have friends who are in some really conservative families. Their parents say it's not okay and complain about all the queers on TV nowadays, and they say it in a really rude way. The knowledge that your parents would hate you if they found out who you really are. I can't even conceptualize that. Clearly, though, it has a terrible effect on their self-esteem and how they exist as a person. If your parents hate you, what's everyone else gonna think? Self-esteem impacts communication ability affects interpersonal relationships. Etc. etc. It sucks. It's crappy. I hate it. Tons of anti-LGBTQ legislation has been passed in several places as of late, specifically in the USA. Seeing our own existence be banned, criminalized, labeled as disorders and just generally being called wrong for who we are is utterly completely depressing. We're regressing as a society. We've fought so hard, and now we're back to where we were more than even 40 years ago. I can't even speak on the experiences of queer POC, because I'm not one, and I don't know many. I only have statistics, and that's not enough. I'd say about 80 to 90% of my close friends are queer in some way or another. We LGBTQ folk tend to attract each other like crazy. In my experience, there's no one gay friend in the group, the odd man out is the straight dude just chilling with us. From most other queers I've talked to, this is the common experience. Speaking of common experiences, I want to bring up one specific friend of mine, because I think her case is sad and reflective of a lot of trans people's experiences. She's transgender, male to female. She's in the engineering program right now, but she can't do anything to socially or physically transition yet. She's in a good home space, she has enough money, but she can't. Engineering, and other STEM jobs, have such an insane pay gap between men and women that it would genuinely damage her future if she were to transition now. It's a completely man-dominated field. With the addition of the lack of visibility and the de facto transphobia of the fields, she's practically forced to stay as she is until she has an established career, and even then it's a slippery slope. She hasn't told anyone about this except her close friends and family for fear of discrimination. She has no idea what she wants to do, how she wants to present, because she can't even think about it. The discrimination overshadows it. Most transgender and gender nonconforming students drop out because of this. It makes me really upset that this is the experience a lot of transgender people, specifically women, have to face. I hope she does well, but there's not much I can do right now. As teachers, we can help. We can do better. We can call them their preferred names, their preferred pronouns, we can help them feel comfortable with themselves. We can keep a secret. Even though we're not supposed to, we can do that. For our students' sake. It's okay. We need to put up symbols of our allyship, our involvement, we need to show our students that we are a safe space. Even if home isn't a safe space, even if their other classes, their friends, their work, if none of it is a safe space, we can show that we are. We accept our students as they come because we want the best for them. We have to be. If not, we'll have more depressed, suicidal children on our hands. And dead kids can't learn.